Hi Scorpio, it's Ashley. I hope you had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. This reading will be for the week of the 27th, so we're moving into the final week of December and the final week of 2021. We're going to look at last week, this week, and next week. And heads up that on the 2nd, we have the new moon in Capricorn, which closes out eclipse season. So if you happen to have some time and some curiosity, you can go back to those that Capricorn eclipse bonus and see how things played out, if they've been resonating, and it might give you some clues as to what's still to come, because eclipses have an impact for 6 months or longer. So even if it's not fully played out at this time, it will continue to do so. We're just kind of getting out of eclipse season as we enter into the new year. I also have the twin flame bonuses posted if you happen to be on a twin flame journey. If not, I will be putting out some other bonuses, one of which hopefully I get done before the first of the year and uploaded onto the channel. It's going to be what's in the bag for you in 2022. So we're going to look at finances, career, love, and anything that is going to come through unexpectedly, because that would be fun to have a heads up on, right? So I'm kind of fashioning what that will look like in the reading, and I will get those posted. So hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of when those bonuses are released. So let's get going here. Scorpio, week of the 27th of December. What do we got? The moon. Definitely tapping into some serious intuition here. 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Knight of Swords. 2 of Swords. Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. You know, I have to say, just in getting this laid out, I feel like on an intuitive level, you've been waiting for, or feel like there's a new offer or an opportunity coming in for you. And I feel like this week, in particular, you're kind of stepping out of, you're definitely stepping out of a situation, but I feel like it's more like, it's almost like using the difficulty in order to power up. And then it's like the minute you close it out, here comes that thing that you intuitively knew was going to show up. So it's like, but I do feel like you're having to walk away from something first. And though it's difficult, though it's been something that you've had a struggle with here recently, I do feel like there's like this ignition that happens. And I'll show you what I mean with a couple of those oracle cards. Yeah, we've got this 2 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. We've got the 2 of Swords as your center card. And I feel like you've kind of been at this crossroads here. And I feel like on some level you've taken some steps in a certain direction, left or right here, but what I feel like is your heart's not in it. Or it's been holding on to something here. And I feel like at some point you release that, and then boom, something takes off. So what I was kind of saying about this ignition, you can kind of see these two cards. We have the Shining Through card for this week, and then we have this Kundalini untapped energy card. You see how like it's all like this energy bursting forward? So it's kind of like something ignites here. Okay, in the past, so this is last week, we have higher power. So I do feel like you've definitely been tapping in intuitively. I think there's a strong connection right now with the higher self in particular. Sort of your subconscious, which to me is the higher self. It's those deeper insights that come through whenever we aren't all up in our head. And it's telling you that something's coming here. And I think that you trust in that. But on a human level, right, where there's fears, there's doubts, there's hesitations, I feel like that's what this crossroads impasse energy is. Your human self hasn't fully accepted that there's going to be something very positive showing up for you in the future. So let's tap into this a little bit more and see what this might be, what this new beginning might be. It could be a job offer, it could be a love offer, an offer of commitment. But it's like, I'm getting this feeling like your intuition comes in. It gives you this strong knowing about something. And your mind pays attention, realizes this, and takes it and runs off in its own direction with that information, if that makes sense. You know, the mind can just do whatever it wants. But I feel like a strong need to mention that here, like pay attention to that your mind could be running away with this insight and kind of coming to its own conclusions, right? So like if there's this new beginning that you're strongly feeling that is coming in here, your mind might decide, oh, it must be this, and that's what it focuses on, and it might not be correct, right? So with the moon, strong Cancer, Pisces there, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Hermit. So I do feel like you're very strongly working with that higher self. You're spending time in seeking that inner wisdom within. I feel like there's a strong ability at this time for you to really tap into that connection. Even when you are seeking additional guidance here. I do feel like you're definitely attempting to work with that higher knowing. And if this is something new for you, because we're always growing in this area, right? We're human, and so it's kind of like trying to send a signal through, you know, one of those, I'm seeing one of those, like, you know, the two cups and the string in between. And so sometimes the message gets lost in translation, right? But I do feel like you're actually making a conscious effort to really utilize this tool that you have. With the Knight of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So again, I do feel like that human aspect of the self, that mind, comes in and almost instantly rejects that information sometimes, like, oh, that can't be true, or and so I do feel like, again, this strong message to really pay attention to the mind and its immediate knee-jerk reaction to protect you by refusing possibilities so that you're, you know, not disappointed or, You know, we tend to self-protect for all manner of reasons. But I feel like this is almost like your higher self coming in and saying, pay attention to that. And work on that in particular. Like when you notice that your mind is going off on a tangent, trying to run away with what it thinks is the facts, slow it down, right? Excuse my computer there. With the I wanted to say the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. I wonder if you've been waiting on this with my accidental slip of the mouth there. With the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. And the Knight of Cups. So I feel like your mind really goes to this worried, fretting place because deep down, whatever this new beginning is, it's something you really, really want. It's like your heart is in it, right? And so that's what I'm feeling here. I feel like it is coming. It's coming here, but I think this past week you've really maybe come into recognition of how your mind space immediately wants to reject and protect you from the possibilities, even if it is a wish come true, a dream come true kind of feeling. It's like you can feel like something's coming, right? But you're worried it's not actually going to show up, and then you're going to be really bummed, right? So the week of the 27th, we have the Shining Through card. And what this one talks about, I believe this is a peony. And it's got, you know, all these tons of layers of petals, right? And it talks about like really just being yourself and allowing you to be every aspect that you are without shame, without embarrassment, without trying to hide it. And that means like the positive and the negative, right? The things that we see as, for some of you, I feel like perhaps you've had to, you're feeling heartbroken about something, and I feel like your mind is almost telling you you shouldn't feel this way. And I think that you're going to progress and actually get through this the more you just accept that you're heartbroken. Let's pull some more there. I can really feel that. Holy buckets. Let's try not to start bawling on camera here. Okay. Eight of Cups. Why do we have that? The Four of Cups. And the Lovers. So you might be walking away from a very strong soul connection here. And it's like you know you need to walk away, but you also don't want to, right? Because you love this person. But I feel like that, again, that higher self is telling you that this has to happen, or, right? There's something driving this. With the Two of Swords, we have the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, can I delay this? And the Emperor, you could very well be waiting for the masculine here to make a choice about something. With the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like there's a breakthrough decision that comes in here. I just saw the Empress, so this very well could be a twin flame situation. So here's what I feel. You know, one of those situations where Do you remember when you like were losing your teeth when you were a kid? And maybe you didn't want your parents to help you pull your tooth out. And so you knew you needed to do it. But you knew it was going to hurt like hell. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to do it. You want to stall. You're trying to like avoid the pain. But you also know that you need to do it. That's kind of what this feels like. And so I think what will help you here, because there's this crossroads impasse type energy. It's like you're waiting on the masculine. You know you need to walk away from this connection. But you also know it's going to hurt like hell. But I feel like what helps you here, what helps with this breakthrough, this shining through, that's what this feels connected to, this truth. Oh, try not to get emotional here. It feels like the minute you sit and honor the depth of this heartbreak that you're feeling by having to walk away from this, and really not just see it as your heart is breaking, that you're feeling pain, but it speaks to you, this depth that you're feeling. And that's how it can spin in a more positive direction. You wouldn't have this depth and this connection with this person if you weren't you. Does that make sense? If you weren't this amazing, deeply feeling creature, this wouldn't even be a big deal. You wouldn't even have this connection. You would just be like, later. And it wouldn't be, so like instead of looking at this like, oh God, I don't want to do this, I know I need to, and you're stalling and you're waiting and you're hoping that something comes in to fix this for you, I feel like this truth, recognizing that you're the only one that has this connection with this person. And the only reason you have this deep soul connection with this person is because you possess it inside of you. It is you. So opening up to that, recognizing that this person doesn't have this connection with anyone else. They can't. Right? So I hope that's making sense. It's like the minute you recognize that the pain you're feeling here is because you can love so deeply, that's something to be celebrated, right? And you should be proud of that. Oh, whew. Okay, moving on. I hope that made sense. We have Kundalini in the next week. So I do feel like, again, this ignition, it's like once you realize what a catch, what an amazing being you are for even being in this situation, something gets just unleashed here. And you could actually be experiencing some Kundalini activations here. And I feel that through the week of the 27th and the following week, that could show up here strongly. I feel like part of the reason why that happens is because you honor that feminine connection, that guidance within, and you follow it. Even though there's been some hesitation here, the minute you finally trust it and go with it, it's like you've leveled up. Does that make sense? So 10 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the 7 of Wands here. Let's see what this is about. There's definitely some sort of love offer coming in here. But this could also be just like this amazing feeling that you have within yourself, right? It's like this release after putting this burden down. And the burden isn't that you're not going to feel pain. It's not that you didn't have to walk away. It's like the burden itself that you're putting down is this expectation upon yourself that you be anything but this deep soul connection here, right? It's like a full acceptance of the journey and that it's yours, regardless of them, right? And if this is a twin flame situation for you, that is one of those realizations that we have to come to, is that yes, you have this deep soul connection, this twin flame. You may or may not come together, but ultimately they're waking you up to the depth of you. And I'm noticing in particular right now that the masculine in this depiction, he's standing on the side of the card that represents, flames from hell here. But you can see all those flames behind him. He's igniting you. Or rather, the masculine is igniting you. Sex, gender doesn't matter here. All right, let's clarify. 10 of Wands. Yeah, we get to heal. With the 4 of Swords showing up there. And the 7 of Swords. I also feel like we're healing from this whole runner-chaser thing here. Like closing that out allows you to heal from any of the deceptive things that took place in this dynamic, the runner-chaser dynamic. It's like you finally get to stand up super tall. It's like there's a pole that runs up your spine here. And so you're finally centered and not leaning one way or another, right? Knight of Cups. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Swords. So I do feel like this breaking free from this stuck mental energy, you're finally like, it's actually like the sensation of being like, you're celebrating your own independence. It's like you're super proud of having accomplished this huge hurdle here. With the 7 of Wands, we have the Star and the Page of Wands. Now, for some of you, this entices your person here. Aries, Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, Virgo again. Could be dealing with a water sign as well here, another water sign. But it sparks something here. Because obviously if you're standing strong and you're like super proud of who and what you are and what you represent, you're so attractive, right? And you've stepped out of, and look who it is. You've stepped out of this. To me, this feels like you fully stepping out of any kind of reliance upon your person. Any codependent habits from the past. It doesn't even have to be that those took place only with this person. This is just like lifetimes of overgiving in order to be recognized and valued. Gone. Like, this is huge. And I feel like that's what helps to, it's almost like it unblocks, I want to say your sacral or your solar plexus. And then suddenly it's like, boom. I really like this. And I do feel like, yeah, Look who's under there. The Two of Cups, Ace of Swords. This could very well lead to the breakthrough that you've been hoping for. This thing that's coming. We have the Two of Wands, which we talked about. There's the Emperor. Hierophant. That higher commitment. That spiritual growth. And the spiritual learning, right? The Two of Cups. And then that Ace of Swords. So it's like this breakthrough. You know, like if you're the twin flame journey, if that's what this is for you, and I do feel like for whoever's watching and this resonates with the most, that is the case. The twin flame journey is terribly difficult. It's extremely challenging to your human self. And it can be, it's just one of the ways in which we can go through ascension, right? Other people are not on the twin flame journey and they take a different route and go through ascension. This is just another method of getting there. But ultimately, it can feel like a burden. It can feel like a very difficult cross to bear. And I think at the point where we step out of that mentality and step into what a blessing it really truly is. Because not everyone in this lifetime is going to experience that kind of connection, right? Or that kind of very real depth with spirit itself. So I feel like that breakthrough, recognizing that this is something to celebrate, is really going to take you to the next level here, Scorpio. I hope you found that helpful. That was quite the reading there. I somehow managed to come through it without any real tears. So hang in there. I hope to see you in next week's readings or those bonuses that are coming out. Thanks for being here. And Happy New Year. Bye.